हरि ओम। श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। हरि ओम। परम पूज्य Guruji Swami Tejomayananda ji has composed Shri Guru Tattwa Ashtotara Shata Namavali, 108 names of the principle of essence of the spiritual teacher Guru. There are many 108 names series for many deities and gods and goddesses, etc. Even among gurus also there are 108 separate names for Bhagavan Ved Vyas, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, Param Poojya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, Param Poojya Swami Tapovan Maharaj, and so many. So, but combining this all, if one common set of 108 names Param Poojya Guruji has composed, so that is very much useful, and that we can use for the worship of any guru from any sampradaya, any cult or any tradition, because their Guru Tattwa is same, though their names and forms, their places of their sadhana and their all teachings of life and their also samadhi, etc., they are different, but tattva as such is one. Therefore this can be used for any spiritual gurus, that is of the form of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Parabrahma only. So that in short we will see. It goes like this: Shri Guru Tattva Ashtottar Shata Namavalihi. Om Sakshat Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Brahma Vishnu Mahesha Swarupine Namaha. Om Shri Sadgurave Namaha. Om Brahmananda Swarupine Namaha. Om Paramasurkhadaya Namaha. Om Kevalaya Namaha. Om Jnanamurtaye Namaha. Om Dvandvatitaya Namaha. Om Gaganopamaya Namaha. Om Mahavakya Lakshaya Namaha. Om Ekasmai Namaha. Om Jnanamurtaye Namaha. Om Nityaya Namaha. Om Vimalaya Namaha. Om Achalaya Namaha. Om Buddhisakshine Namaha. Om Bhavatitaya Namaha. Om Trigunarahitaya Namaha. Om Tatpadadarshakaya Namaha. Om Ajnanatimiranaşakaya Namaha. Om Advaita Drishtikpradayakaya Namaha. Om Chaitanya Swarupaya Namaha. Om Vishwavyapakaya Namaha. Om Shashvataya Namaha. Om Niranjanaya Namaha. Om Upanishad Ratna Virajita Padambujaya Namaha. Om Vedantambuja Suryaya Namaha. Om Jnana Shakti Samarudhaya Namaha. Om Tattvamala Vibhoshitaya Namaha. Om Mukti Pradatre Namaha. Om Karma Bandha Vidahine Namaha. Om Atmajnana Pradatre Namaha. Om Bhavasindhu Shoshakaya Namaha. Om Tattva Sampatsara Bodhakaya Namaha. Om Tirthapadaya Namaha. Om Adaye Namaha. Om Anadaye Namaha. Om Paramadaivataya Namaha. Om Shrotriyaya Namaha. Om Brahmanisthaya Namaha. Om Nishkamaya Namaha. Om Atmakamaya Namaha. Om Atmarataye Namaha. Om Atmatruptaya Namaha. Om Atmasantushtaya Namaha. Om Atmakridaya Namaha. Om Kritakrityaya Namaha. Om Karunasagaraya Namaha. Om Shishya Kalyankarine Namaha. Om Vasantavallokahitakarine Namaha. ॐ वेदान्तवेद्याय नमः। ॐ समचित्ताय नमः। ॐ समदर्शिने नमः। ॐ स्थितप्रज्ञाय नमः। ॐ जीवन्मुक्ताय नमः। ॐ निरङ्कुशस्वातन्त्र्यानुभूताय नमः। ॐ पुण्यविवर्जिताय नमः। ॐ धर्मनिष्ठाय नमः। ॐ अभयाय नमः। ॐ परमहंस सन्यासिने नमः। ॐ ज्ञानोत्तर भगवद्भक्तिरताय नमः। ॐ ध्यानमूलमूर्तये नमः। ॐ पूजामूलपदाय नमः। ॐ मन्त्रमूलवाक्याय नमः। ॐ मोक्षमूलकृपारूपाय नमः। ॐ वेदप्रामाण्यश्रद्धावते नमः। ॐ योगयुक्ताय नमः। ॐ विशुद्धात्मने नमः। ॐ विजितात्मने नमः। ॐ जितेन्द्रियाय नमः। ॐ सर्वभूतात्मने नमः। ॐ निर्लिप्ताय नमः। ॐ ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्मणे नमः। ॐ अनपेक्षाय नमः। ॐ दक्षाय नमः। ॐ धीराय नमः। ॐ महातपसे नमः। ॐ अहेतुकदयासिन्धवे नमः। ॐ नित्यशुद्धसत्त्वस्थाय नमः। ॐ साधवे नमः। ॐ परमविनीताय नमः। ॐ मेरुपर्वतोपमाय नमः। ॐ समुद्रोपमाय नमः। ॐ ब्रह्मयोगयुक्तात्मने नमः। ॐ महात्मने नमः। ॐ सदुत्तमाय नमः। ॐ भूम्ने नमः। ॐ अद्वयानन्दरसस्वरूपिणे नमः। ॐ निरस्तमायाविशेषाय नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः। ॐ निर्वासनबोधरूपाय नमः। ॐ ईश्वरगुरुवात्मैक्यरूपिणे नमः। ॐ अप्रमेयमहिम्ने नमः। ॐ श्रेष्ठाय नमः। ॐ सिद्धपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ वाचस्पतये नमः। ॐ वरदाय नमः। ॐ सर्वज्ञाय नमः। ॐ सुहृदे नमः। ॐ ज्ञानगम्याय नमः। ॐ सत्कीर्तये नमः। ॐ अमानिने नमः। ॐ मानदाय नमः। ॐ सर्वमान्याय नमः। ॐ सुरेन्द्रवन्दितपदाय नमः। ॐ सत्यमेधसे नमः। ॐ योगीशाय नमः। ॐ श्रीभगवदात्मने नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुतत्त्वाय नमः। So in short, its meaning we will see. The first is Om Sakshat Parabrahmane Namah. Sakshat means which is known by our direct means of knowledge, that is our organs of perception or sense organs. So the teacher is the form that we can see, conceive, we can perceive with our sense organs of that formless truth which has no name, no attributes, etc. So Sakshat Parabrahmane Namah. And Namaha is an act that expresses our reverence, respect, our faith and our gratitude, and it is an acceptance of the greatness of that person. Also it indicates our surrender of our mind and intellect, etc. So it says that we are humble and humbly we are coming at your feet. Then second is Brahma Vishnu Mahesha Swarupine Namaha. Brahma Vishnu Mahesha is a trinity, and like three departments or three functional heads: creation, sustenance and annihilation or termination. So in this way, Guru, teacher, is also a generator or creator of a desirer of knowledge, jnanasu, in us, or desirer of liberation mumukshu in us. Also, he gives birth to a devotee in us. So in this way, our these three dimensions of personality, the Guru only generates as a Jinyasu, Bhakta or Mumukshu. As a seeker, a sadhak, that also is generated by Guru. He creates that desire for us to do spiritual practices. In this way, he is Brahma, and then whatever these difficulties are there in between, internal difficulties or outer difficulties also, from we don't understand scriptures or any other difficulties in sadhana, that Guru removes and he guides us how to overcome that. Therefore, he is Vishnu because he sustains that feeling that I am a Jidnyasu, I am desirer of knowledge, I am a seeker, I am a devotee. Therefore, he sustains that identity of us. He is Vishnu. And lastly, he is annihilator, Shivaji, because he destroys ignorance in us, our wrong, erroneous notions that these sense objects are true, they give me happiness, they are other than me, and I am this body, mind, etc. And therefore, happiness lies in all the other world outside me, other than me. These all are the enormous notions Guru annihilates. Therefore, he is Shivaji, Mahesha, Swarupini. Next, Shri Sadgurave Namaha. Shri Sadgurave Namaha, that pure existence, that auspicious isness, just being, that is in the form of our Guru. So Shri Sadgurave Namaha, and he leads us to that. That very subtle, subjective experience he gives us. So it is Shri Sadgurave Namaha. Then Brahmananda Swarupine Namaha. A little bit happiness we know in the world, which we get from the combination of sense organs and their conducive objects. But Brahmananda is par excellence, that state which is not dependent on anything, that is just inherent in us, and for that no support of any outer object or either mind or sense objects etc. is needed. That Brahmananda, that supreme bliss which is available as our own self, that is the actual form of Guru, that is the form of our teacher. So he is ever happy, ever smiling, cracking jokes and making us light, and then teaching this self-knowledge. Before giving this serious philosophical knowledge, he makes us light. So Brahmananda Swarupini Namaha, and he always revels in that. Therefore, his source for happiness is not the objects of the world. Then Param Sukhadaya Namaha. He is very, very joy giving. He is very, very loving, peaceful, full of happiness. Ramakrishna Paramahans one day told this Narendra, Rakhal and other boys from Calcutta that I tell you to do meditation and do this japa etc. You don't do that. Then why do you come here if you don't want to follow my instruction? So they say laughingly and smilingly, we come here to see you because we like you, we love you, we like to be with you, Therefore we come here. So in this way, Parama Sukhadaya Namaha, this Guru, first thing is, should be very loving, lovely and lovable, because he has got the infinite love as our own self, as we love our own self on the outer world also, and especially on disciples, devotees, seekers, etc. So in this way, Guru is Parama Sukhadaya Namaha, and also he bestows on us that ultimate happiness which we never taste in the world. This ordinary happiness we taste in the world is just a reflection of that happiness, or just a small droplet, and that sprinkling, that only happiness. But this is Parama Sukha, Paramananda. So that giver of that happiness is this Guru. Kevalaya Namaha. Kevala means only that thing alone, not even a trace of duality. So that is Kevala. And for Kevala, technically, no parts, no divisions, no aspects are there. So Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata, Bheda, Rahita, it is said. So there is no any difference as to species, different species like man, animal, plant, etc. Also there is no differences as to the different units of the same one and the same species, like cow. This is one species, but black cow, white cow, like this different units are separate from each other in one species only. So that is Vijatiya, Sajatiya, and Swagata Bhed means even if one unit of one species we take, in that also so many parts are there, so many limbs are there. So even that also is not there. So completely homogeneous, ekaras, and indivisible, like this Kevala, that is called Kevala. So in this way, this Guru is also that in form. Actually, these all names are addressed to his Rupa Swarupa, means either his form or that formless essence in him. Also, Ishwar Swarupa, the creator of this world, or that attributeless Brahman. In these four ways, these names are addressed. So, Kevalaya. Then Jnana Murtaye, really, he is a personification of knowledge. He is embodiment of knowledge. Jnana Murtaye. And for that, Vairagya also. Because when this passion is there, then only this knowledge shines and it can take root and it will be fruitful. Without this passion, knowledge will be just knowledge. So Jnana Murtaye, Guru is full of knowledge only. And Jnana, this Jnana means self-knowledge mainly, also versatility in Shruti, and also all ephemeral, transactional knowledge based on scriptures, Dharma Shastra. Next is Dvandvatita. Dvandva is duality, pair of opposite. Atita means beyond. So Guru has gone beyond pairs of opposite. So from that higher realm, he sees all the pairs of opposites with equanimity. Maybe it is praise and censure, winning and losing, then loss and profit, cold and heat on the level of body, joy and sorrow on the level of mind, and knowledge, ignorance, or insult and praise on the level of intellect, etc. So he has gone beyond all these pairs of opposites. From that state he operates. Dvandvatitaya Maha, and he advises and makes disciple also who has fully surrendered to him and obeys what instructions of Guru are there, like that. Gaganopamaya Namaha, like a space, Guru is large hearted. As space accommodates all, Guru also gives shelter to all those seekers of knowledge. At one Gurukul, one disciple was just used to trouble others and distract their mind, etc., and cause disturbance in studies. So they said to Guru that you should not allow him to come, you should tell him to leave. Guru says, you all can study anywhere because you all are good, concentrated, etc. So you can study at other places, other gurus. But he needs me more. So in this way he is very large-hearted, liberal, and accepts all, gives space to all. And same like space, he is nirlipta, means he doesn't get affected by, like space doesn't get affected even by rain is there, it doesn't get wet. If some fighting etc happens, it doesn't get any scratch, etc. So space remains unattached to everything in it. Same way Guru also never get attached to all his disciples, etc. Don't never have this possessiveness for that, or even they learn and they go, but still after that also he doesn't say that own that so he is my disciple, nothing that sort. He is full of detachment like space. Gagano Pamayana. And originally the sky is how without any clouds etc. So same way Guru's heart is also free from all desire, angers, etc. Clean and clear, cloudless sky. Next is Mahavakya Lakshaya Namaha. Mahavakya Lakshaya Namaha is the oneness. What is indicated by that great sentence? All the great sentence, those indicate the oneness of self and Brahman. Jiva Atma Aikya or Brahma Atma Aikya. Tatvamasi Om Prajnanam Brahma, I am Atma Brahma or Aham Brahmasmi. These four Mahavakyas are there. And like this many are there, but from each Veda one is selected. So this Mahavakya aims at telling us that our individual self is the same as that Brahman. As we see, the light of sun is everywhere, and even if one reflection from one mirror is there on the wall etc., or in a water in the pot or bucket, so there also general sunlight is also there and reflection is also there. In the same way, this all pervading Chaitanya, it has reached each and every heart also. In that way, the individual self and that supreme reality is the same, oneness is there. So when we understand both the things without their conditionings, then this oneness is established. So in this way, Mahavakya Lakshaya Namaha, and Guru is that oneness, Guru is that Param Brahma. Further, Ekasmai Namaha, Guru is Eka, Guru is one, alone, without a second, Ekameva Dvitiya, Advaya. When the pure core of Guru's personality is taken, that essence in him. With that, this name is addressed. Also, Eka is with the number that has gone to every numbers, every other numbers. Eti gachati iti Eka. So, in this way, this existence, pure existence, knowledge, objectless knowledge, and infinite happiness that is inherent to us. So, this is one Guru who is there for guiding us. Nityaya, next is Nityaya. Nitya is that thing which is true in all the three periods of time. So, in past, present, and future, that one truth or one reality that is called as Nitya, which is all pervading in sense of time. So, Guru's Tattva is that Nitya Parabrahma, that Ishvara, that Lord, Nityaya. And Vimalaya, Mala means dirt, Vimala means clean, pure, auspicious, sacred. So Vimalaya, Guru has cleansed his mind by all worships and meditations and all spiritual practices. So there is no trace of any ignorance or any maya, he is very guileless. So therefore he is Vimalaya. And then Achalaya. His transactions are also very transparent and clean. Achalaya, and Guru is also Sthir. Even though we see his body traveling and going from place to place to address the desirers of knowledge, seekers and devotees, but still, as a soul, as a self of Guru, it is very still and steady, without any movement whatsoever. Only these conditionings we see, those are going from here and there, and they are moving and doing so much work. But he is like Aharyavan Nitya Vinishchaloham. He is Nishchala Atal Adhal, that truth. Buddhi Sakshini, next is Buddhi Sakshini. He is the one who is the witness of our intellect. Our intellect is an inert thing, it keeps on changing, and therefore so many thoughts, so many vrittis come in it. Sometimes our priorities change, our understanding, our philosophy of life, our goals, that all changes. And our Guru, our Chaitanya, now here it is self. Guru is addressed in the form of self. So that self is one unchangeable and not modification-free principle that observes and witnesses these changing thoughts of intellect. So Guru is that Chaitanya in me, that pure self in me, which is the witness of intellect. Guru, further it is said, Guru is Bhava Titaya Namaha. Bhava means whatever has happened, all the beings that have came into being. And Bhava is also Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Sometimes Bhava is mind, intellect, etc. So all these things, Guru has gone beyond it. It has transcended all that. So that transcendental, that trance, that is absorption, in there Guru stays, and from there he operates. So therefore Bhavatitaya Namaha. Further it is said, Triguna Rahitaya Namaha. Sattvajatama Triguna Rahitaya Namaha. Gunatita, that principle which is beyond the gunas, and it plays on its substratum the play of guna. Once Sattva Gun becomes prominent and it suppresses Rajo and Tamagun, the knowledge, activity, and inertia. These three characteristics are climatic conditions of mind. They are called guna, and our teacher is beyond that guna, that substratum where these three play. They come and go. Like this morning period, morning time. So knowledge principle is more, sattva guna is more. In the afternoon, etc., rajo guna, that is activity, and in night, tamo guna, that is inertia, ignorance, sleep. But as we are same and one common factor in this all, one ordinary factor in this all, and that is this Guru Chaitanya Rupena. Further it is said, Tat Pada Darshakaya Namaha. Tat Pada Darshakaya Namaha. So Tat Pada means word Tat. That comes in that famous great sentence Tattvam Asi. So that Tat is that Ishvara, that creator of the Lord, that Brahman, that cause of the world, creator of the universe. So, Guru is the one who indicates us this Tatpada. By logic and by giving our some examples from our day-to-day world, also with the authority of Vedanta, and by sheer His grace, He brings to our experience also that Lord, that Tatpada, and therefore it is said that Guru is Tatpada Darshakaya. So he introduces us who is that Ishvara, who is that Lord, who creates this world, who sustains this, and in whom everything is merges. Like in the morning, how we get up, then everything, our own world, our own individual world comes out from us. During the day, it plays on us only. Whatever things we perceive or understand, know, that happens inside us. So all the transactions are done inside us only. And then in the night, it all goes to the seed form in us only. So in this way, that is the creator of the universe, which is here also as I, self. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashaya Sthitaha. Aham Adishcha Madhyancha Bhutana Mantayavacha. So that one Guru clearly shows us. Next is Ajnana Timira Nashakaya Namaha. And this darkness of ignorance Guru destroys in us by the flame of knowledge, by this light of wisdom. Guru destroys this darkness of ignorance in us. As we go on doing satsang, as we go on studying scriptures under the guidance of Guru, as we observe him and all his transactions rooted in that oneness and based on that self-knowledge, then so many erroneous notions of ourselves, so many misunderstandings earlier, misgivings, they all go, and clarity comes among us about all the concepts and the life as such. Our vision towards our life, our own life and the world also changes. Therefore, Ajnana Timira Nashakaya Namaha. Next is Advaita Drushti Pradayakaya Namaha. Advaita means no duality, no two-ness, no otherness. Advaita Drushti Pradayakaya Namaha. So he is the one who gives us this vision of oneness for all. Myself is in the everybody's self. Means myself is everywhere and everything is in myself. Sarvabhuteshu Chatmanam, Sarvabhutani Chatmani. All the beings are in me and I am in all the beings. This Advaita Drushti, this oneness Guru gives. He first tells us logically also. You see, your name is different and others' names are different. So that is okay. And the names are different, forms are different. Whatever things we wear clothes, that are all are different. Our nature, our capabilities, our intentions, our background, that is different. But we all are human being. So from that point of view, oneness is there. Then further he says, even in animals or plants, they are not human being. So that way difference is there. But they also are living, we also are living. So we all are living beings. Okay. Then stones, etc., stones, mountains, rivers, if you take that, those are not living being and we are living being. Difference is there. But they also are, they also exist and I also exist. So mountain is, stone is, sun and moon and river and ocean is, and the stars etc. are. So this isness, this existence principle is same in me and them also. So then that place we all are existing. So existence is there in them also, me also. So in this way, that oneness is there. In this way, logically and also by all other means of knowledge, he tells us that Advaita Drushti Pradayakaya Namaha. Further, Chaitanya Swarupaya Namaha. Chaitanya is consciousness, awareness, knowledge principle. It is pure knowledge which is the form of this Guru, which is the essence of our Guru, and which is there in each and everything and being in us. Only expression of that may or may not be there, and if it is there, that also changes according to the evolution of the medium which expresses that. Example, when plant is there, in that also this Chaitanya, this conscious is there, but it gets expressed only to that extent because their senses of perception etc. are not much evolved. So if we play music every day near that plant, it will grow nicely. If it is put towards that sunlight, it will grow nicely. If you always touch it very lovingly and gently and speak a few words soft to it every day, then it responds to us. So that way emotional evolution is limited and that gets expressed, this Chaitanya gets expressed to that. And in animals, the medium of expression of this consciousness is more evolved, therefore they respond. The like loyalty is there, care and love are there, etc. Then further in man, that is fully evolved, the medium that expresses this pure awareness in is more evolved in human being. Therefore, so fine sentiments and feelings we have got. Also, On the basis of, on the layer of intellect, our intellect can penetrate even the unknown field of life also. It has got discrimination, creativity, imagination, etc. So that is the highly evolved medium of this Chaitanya. In dead body or even in stones also, Chaitanya is there, awareness is there, but the medium to express it is absent. It has left in dead body, it is absent in stone, or it is dormant there. So therefore it is not get expressed. Therefore it makes no moment, no understanding, no perception, no giving response, etc. So that all pervading Chaitanya, consciousness, awareness is my Guru. Further, Vishwa Vyapakaya Namaha. Guru is all pervading, and our saints and sages, sannyasis and renunciates, they are really doing all tours and travels, and even ignoring their no own health and comfort and luxuries for the bodies. Adya Shankaracharya, within the 32 years of his span, he traveled all India, that ancient India, full of other countries also which are now separated. So, from vertically and horizontally, he went to all the places and set all things right according to our Vedanta and Veda. And that too, along with him, all the books. So he wrote so many books and commentaries and hymns and things. So that all work along with this travel, along with our discussions on scriptures and interpretations of that standard interpretations, he just said, and giving initiations to disciples. So much work they did. So Vishwa Vyapakaya Namaha. And they were found everywhere. Therefore now also we find Vyas Ashram, Valmiki Ashram, Agastya Ashram, so many places we find that. So they never stayed at one place. Vishwa Vyapakaya Namaha. And also by spiritually, this existence principle is all pervading. So it is there in Brahmaloka also, in Patal also, in heaven also, and in this earth also. Vishwa Vyapakaya Namaha, universally pervaded. My Guru is Shashvataya Namaha. And he is eternity itself. He is eternal and he is eternity itself. And the most permanent and unchangeable he is, but at the same time of the nature of knowledge, bliss. Shashvat, Nitya, this is also Nitya in with reference to time. Shashvataya Namaha. Then Shantaya Namaha. Shantaya Namaha, peaceful, serene is the disposition of Guru. And when I am in his company, then I also just gets that peace, and I also think in my mind that I am very calm and quiet. So this Shanti is reflected, that is of the Atma Swarupa Shanti. Like we say Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam. So that is the attribute of that Lord, Shantaya Namaha. And actually this Shanti is the substratum of all Ashanti, or whatever disturbances of outside world, and even creation, sustenance and absorption of these worlds. That all happens in this Shanti. When we say, that time only this Shanti little bit get disturbed, but that remains at the ground, at the base, that remains. Fundamentally Shanti is also only there. Only outer surface gets little bit disturbed. Shantaya Namaha. Niranjanaya Namaha. Anjana means that black coriander that we apply, that girls etc. apply in their eyes, and newly born children also, parents, mother etc. they apply there. Niranjan. So that black one, so it is the symbol of Maya or ignorance. So Guru is Niranjan. Niranjan means pure knowledge, clear cut. That flame of knowledge is there, where no blackish thing is there beneath it. So there is no duality and no crookedness, wickedness. Fully guileless is the nature and also full of knowledge. So therefore this is Niranjana. Then Upanishad Ratna Virajita Padambujaya Namaha. Actually this Upanishad mantra and this Mahavakya Upanishad Ratna is this oneness saying, telling Mahavakyas, great sentences. So they also come and bow down to Guru, because that consciousness, that Chaitanya, that Brahma is indicated by them. So they are very grateful to Guru and they come and adore his feet, his lotus feet. Upanishad Ratna Virajita Padambujaya Namaha. And his feet are ornamented by those diamonds or pearls in the form of great sentences from self-knowledge giving text Vedanta Upanishad. Further, Vedanta Ambuja Suryaya Namaha. Ambuja is lotus, Ja means birth, Ambu means water. That flower which gets birth in water, that is lotus. So Ambuja is lotus and Surya is sun. So when sun rises, this lotus starts blossoming. So Vedanta Ambuja Suryaya means when Guru is there, this Vedanta becomes very happy, and then we can understand this Vedantic mantra. It is said that without Guru, these scriptures are dumb. Therefore, Guru makes them able to speak to us, and then we can reflect on it and we can sit with those mantras, and then they reveal various shades of meaning, various interpretations, various repercussions of that, implications of those mantras because of Guru. So it is as if the sun to the lotus. Same way Guru is for that mantras of Vedanta. Vedantambuja Suryaya. Jnana Shakti Samarudhaya. Guru has well rided over this power of knowledge. So he has as if this power of knowledge, self-knowledge, and command over scriptures, not only intelligently but by experience and having that first-hand anubhava, direct and personal experience. Jnana Shakti Samarudhaya. Therefore, again and again studying, again and again reflecting, meditating on that, Guru has completely in charge of that power of knowledge of Vedanta. Then Tattva Mala Vibhushitaya Namaha. Tattva Mala Vibhushitaya Namaha. He is ornamented by the garland of these teachings of self-knowledge. So as if the mantras of Upanishads are there, and with them this garland is made, and that we have offered to Guru. So symbolically, now also in many ashrams etc., on the paper they cut the paper in the shape of flowers and color it with those colors of flowers, and then on that they write these mantras, and then they string it together and offer to Guru. So Tattva Mala Vibhoshitaya Namaha. But here we have to understand that whatever qualities are given in that, like dispassion and control over mind, control over our organs, then tolerance, forbearance, forgiveness, devotion, and steadfastness in study, focus of mind and faith. These all they have adored Guru's personality, and this knowledge itself is a crown on Guru's head. So this is Tattva Mala Vibhushitaya Namaha. Then Bhukti Mukti Pradatre Namaha. When Guru is pleased, he is able to give us all worldly prosperity also and self-knowledge by that liberation also. So Bhukti Mukti Pradatre Namaha. It is said in Mundaka Upanishad, those people who want prosperity, wealth, money and power and position, etc., they want to transfer or they want maybe house, wife, children or many other problems, then that also they get from Guru. So when they have these desires in them, they approach a realized person, because realized person in his earlier stage of spiritual practices made himself empty from ego. Therefore, God's will work through him, and therefore, when he says, "Yes, this will happen," then that thing happens. Therefore, these people who have desires of worldly things, they approach to him and then say, "Oh, Gurudev, you say this will happen. Therefore, then I will definitely get that." And those people who are desireless, they want just purity of mind, devotion and knowledge, then they also get that. So in this way, it is said that Bhukti Mukti Pradaya Namaha, giver of worldly enjoyments and liberation also. Next is Karma Bandha Vidahine Namaha. Guru is the one who burns the bondage of action. Now, what is bondage of action? When we do karma with ego and egocentric desire, then bondage is created. When I-ness is there, I-ness and doership, I do. So afterwards enjoyship, that has left a fine inclination in our mind. That is called bandha. So because of that fine manifestation inclination, again we tend to entertain the same desire. Again we work for that, again we get that thing done, and again we enjoy that. So this second time we do, that inclination became more strong. And whatever times we do, repeated action or habit that becomes afterwards, and then same we keep on doing, then it becomes very strong vasanas. And because of that, even if this body afterwards gets tired of doing work and is enjoying also, so then this body is left and another body is taken to work, to get that thing and to enjoy, and this goes on. So completeness never comes, contentment never comes because of enjoyment and fulfillment of desires. So that is the karma bandhan, and Guru gives us knowledge. So whatever you say, these objects of enjoyment, you yourself think from the beginning of this life and so many lives earlier also, hundreds of times you have enjoyed the same thing, but still complete contentment is not there, and again you are craving for that, as if you are addicted to that. You only think they are just like those mud fruits, fruits for show, made from that mud and colored like fruit. Or nowadays this plastic and rubber fruits, they actually look like real only, but they are made up of plastic or rubber or something. So in the same way, these all things are essenceless. they are they don't have this capacity in them to make you contented and to fulfill your desire once and for all for good. This will never happen. So you only think and just give up that attachment, give up that reality in that, give up that notion that it will give you happiness, and don't think that they are other than you. That is all your projection of your own mind. So in this way, Guru gives us knowledge and he burns that bondage of action. Karmabandha vidahine namaha. Then further, Atma Jnana Pradatre namaha. And then this Atma Jnana, self-knowledge, can take root in such a mind. So which mind has become now desireless, now out of its own thinking, right thinking and inquiry, it has become desireless because it has come to know. So up till what this sense enjoyment can take me, and up till what they can give to me. So now he has stopped running after that, stopped brooding over that, and now his mind is fully available for self-knowledge. Then Guru gives him self-knowledge that you are the one existence that has in itself so many universes, and only this body is not you. All the things that they are just apparent on you only. In this way, Atma Jnana Pradatre Namaha. And Bhava Sindhu Shoshakaya Namaha. Shoshakaya Namaha. And then this all ocean of duality, death and birth, and heaven and earth, and this all things, ups and downs, transmigration, that all ocean, Guru just Shoshakaya, it evaporates all. Because this Atmajnan is there, and because of that Atmajnan, whatever life is there, the seeker just do selfless service. So the all vasanas are over, meditation then he can do, and then he gets established himself in that knowledge, and therefore he need not have for births, further births, because that vasana pressure is already not. Karan Sharir has become free from that ignorance and that earlier inclinations and tendencies. In this way, Bhava Sindhu, his further birth is saved. So Bhava Sindhu Shoshakaya Namaha. Then he don't feel this life as a world as true, and then no stress and strain, no fear, no sorrow, no old age, no this disease, etc. Is there. Even though whatever his body is there, that will go through whatever little bit fruit of earlier action may be there, but he has not at all then in connection with that body, and therefore he doesn't go through any experience. Bhava Sindhu Shoshakaya Namaha. And all the things now become he himself. So it is said that Bhavasagar sab sukh gayo hai, fikr nahi mohi tarana ki. Mohi lagi lagana Guru charana ki. When I was completely attached to Guru's feet, he made me detached from all other non-profitable things, and then he evaporated this ocean of change. And then now when I see, there is no ocean at all when I see back. So only that one and alone existence that only states. So up till only the seeker's phase of life that is there, and that is because we do practices and upasanas. So in this way, Bhava Sindhu Shoshakaya Namaha. Then Tattva Sampat Sara Bodhakaya Namaha. Tattva Sampat Sara Bodhakaya Namaha. The salutations to him who is the teacher of essence, of the wealth of that knowledge. Tattva Sampatsar means that one Brahman or Chaitanya or that one essence of life, that one Sachidananda. So that is like a well, and then Guru is the teacher of the essence of that. So whatever teachings of all the scriptures, now scriptures are so many, and earlier Vedanta, then Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavad, Mahabharata, and other Puranas, and then afterwards so many saints and sages has composed, and then Sri Adi Shankaracharya, and so many are there. Sort of that he takes the gist, and thereby he tells us about what is the real essence of that. Tattva Sampatsara Bodhikaya Namaha. Further, Tirtha Padaya Namaha. So, Guru is that actually his feet are pilgrimage center only. Like these stories are there. Shirdi Sai Baba also. He was realized saint and he was there in Shirdi. And Dasa Ganu is earlier he was in police department, but afterwards when these vasanas became spiritual vasanas came to him, then he left that job, etc. And then he studied the lives of saints, and then he composed many compositions on lives of various saints, Gajanan Maharaj, etc. Very famous books are there in Maharashtra. So on Sai Baba also he has written. So he was there, so he said that I should go to Prayag. Kumbha is there, or there is confluence of Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati, unseen Saraswati. So I want to have holy bath in that confluence of this very sacred rivers. So I have to go to Prayag. Then Guru Shri Sai Guru said, if you get here only this Ganga Yamuna confluence, then, and he was very faithful and very staunch devotee of him, so he just prostrated him. And from Sai Baba's these big toes of feet, that water flow, Ganga and Saraswati, and then confluence that there only. So then he just sprinkled that, and he got that merit and that full peace of mind, etc. So in this way, their feet is itself pilgrimage. This is actual thing, and then symbolically it is said that feet is that limb of our body on which he stands. So the philosophy or knowledge on which the Guru's personality, Guru's life is standing. So that stand is that feet, and therefore this is knowledge only. Tirtha Padaya Namaha. Then Adaye Namaha. Adi is the earlier thing which is in the beginning, which is the cause. Because cause is always earlier than effect. Seed is always earlier than tree. Mud is always earlier than pot. So Adi is the earlier thing which is cause. So this Guru is that consciousness which is the cause of this all world. Because you see, anything in your room, what you see, you become aware of that thing, and that time only the thing is known to you. So the existence of that thing is there for you when awareness is there, and this awareness is before each and everything. First is this awareness, all pervading awareness, and then we become aware of the other things which are bathed in this awareness. So this is Adaye. Guru is that primordial cause, that supreme cause, beyond which there is no other cause. Anadaya Namaha. Further is Anadaya Namaha. So there is no Adi of Guru. There is no cause of that principle. So he is the causeless cause, and actually he doesn't cause anything. But since we now, because of our ignorance and because of our minds throbbing, we see this world. If this mind we can just bring to standstill, if this mind we can purify and make it withdrawn, then definitely we will also be able to see that Adi and Anadi state of our Guru, the Chaitanya, Anadaya Namaha. So you don't have any cause. Otherwise, what is cause of that cause? What is cause of that cause? That will go infinite, regress ad infinitum. So that will just go. Therefore, one thing at one place we have to wait. We have to stop this analysis. Adaye Anadaye. For the Parama Devataya Namaha. Parama means the highest, greatest. This highest deity, Lord of Lords, God of Gods, is this Guru. That Paramatma is this Guru. Like we have got cabinet ministry, then central government, state government, then district governments, collector, etc. And also small gram panchayats, municipalities and municipal councils, etc. Municipal corporations, etc. In the same way, there is hierarchy of deities. So like this Vayu Devata, Chandra Devata, Indra Devata, Surya Devata, Varuna Devata, Agni Devata, Yama Devata. So these are all departmental heads and they work under that one, three, suppose Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, under that they work, and there afterwards one president or one owner, one managing director. So in this way, this hierarchy goes. So Guru is that Lord of Lords manifested in the form and name in front of us to guide us on this path of spirituality. Parama Devataya Namaha. Now this Parama, Adi Shankaracharya explains with this innermost, because he is I, he is pure self in me. Then he is important one, he is Mahan, biggest one, and he is all pervading one, very subtlest one. Paramadaivataya Namaha. Shrotriyaya Namaha. Shruti is Vedanta, Veda, and Shrotriya is he who has studied this Vedanta well under the traditional Guru Parampara way, under the lineage of teacher and taught. So in this way, Shrotriya Namaha. Shrotriya Namaha, not only study of books or subjects as graduate of philosophy or PhD of philosophy does, but understanding the meaning and bringing that into our wisdom, and also experiencing that and abiding in that. So Shrotriyaya Namaha and Brahmanishtaya Namaha, this is further state. So he has got this experience, Brahma Asti and Brahma Asmi, means yes, there is this Paramatma and I am Paramatma. So is and am. So that is this was Brahmanishtaya Namaha. And after doing that, all his activities in the world also just is emerges from that knowledge only. So rooted and centered in that knowledge, he works on in the world. Brahmanishtaya Namaha. Nishkamaya Namaha. Nishkama is desireless. So desireless. Why? So desireless he becomes because the objects of desire and desire itself, the act of desiring, they all become him, because he has got the knowledge of oneness of self in all. And when all the objects of desire and act of desiring, desire also becomes he, Then simultaneously, at one time only, his all desires gets fulfilled, because they objects lose their names, forms, and different individuality, different existence, and they become his self. Also, act of desiring, desire they in itself lose their name as desire and their forms, etc. Form of this is just mental modification. So that becomes his self, and therefore he gets all the desires completed. So Oshnute Sarvan Kamaan Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti. One who knows that Supreme Brahma gets fulfill all the desires at a time, so simultaneously. So therefore he is Nishkam, Akam. Further it is given further also. Atmakamaya Namaha, Nishkamaya Namaha, Atmakamaya Namaha. Therefore, then only one desire, because since self is there, self is now taken form of all desires. So, only desire of self. Atma Kama means desire of self. And Atma is always with us. We never are with Atma, with ourselves. Without ourselves, we cannot stay. Wherever we are, our self is always there. Therefore, Atma Trupta further will cut. So Atma Kama, he only desires the self. He doesn't desire sense objects or family or our near and dear or our house or money or vehicles, etc. He only desires self. Atma Kama. And therefore in this world also, he stays with very, very meager and minimum necessities. Famous story is there, Alexander. When Alexander was also spiritual, so he has also got his guru. And same way he was having this honor and respect for gurus. So once he came to India, and he just heard about a realized person staying nearby. So he went to have his darshan to meet him. And when he went here, went to him, he was just sitting in the sun and taking sun bath. But this Alexander went and said, "Oh, prostrations, etc." He did, and he said, "If you need anything, then please tell me. I will give whatever you want. I will do whatever you say." Then this saint says, "Please, you stand this side so that the sun rays will come to me." So only this simple thing he asked, and nothing more. Atma Kamaya Namaha. Further, Atma Rataye Namaha. He is reveling, he is playing with, he is just happy, enjoying with his own self. Atma Rati, or he doesn't need any measures of or any means of entertainment, recreation, etc. No need of spending money also on TV, mobile, and movies and dramas, etc. So just he sits and he becomes withdrawn, and there only full entertainment, full recreation happens. So he plays with him. Atmarati. Further, Atma Trupta Namaha, and he is well contented on that. He don't have any complaint for anything he is not having, or whatever is inconvenience is there. He is Atma Trupta, self-contented. He has this feeling of enough of everything. I have tasted and tried all the things, so now it is enough. Once Ramakrishna Paramahans was discussing this with all the disciples, and that time he said that the man of realization has gone through and has enjoyed and has tried all the states and roles of which are available in the world. He has become the king also, and he has become a pauper also. Like we play in one that sari part or chauras, etc. Chaturanga. So from every ludo, etc. General when we say krida, then we require all the instruments and material of play, like cricket, football, volleyball. So all the things we require for that. We require ground and those material, those balls, etc. But without any outside material, he is playing among himself, and as if he is playing with Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramanta, as if he plays with these mantras, this self knowledge which is given in Shruti, Vedanta, Upanishads, and all the scriptures. With that, he plays those abstract concepts, then lives of earlier realized persons. So Atma Krida, he just like a small child. When a baby, he just plays with himself, he plays with itself, he smiles with itself. One like our very famous picture of Lord Sri Krishna is also there. Kararavindena padaravindam mukharavinde viniveshayantam vatasya patrasya pute shayanam balam mukundam manasa smarami. With the lotus hand, he has got his lotus feet and his foot is in his lotus mouth. Mukha Kamal, Kara Kamal, Pada Kamal. So he is just put his thumb or his big toe in his mouth. That is Bal Shri Krishna, means baby Shri Krishna, and the bed where he is there, that is the leaves of banyan tree. On that he is lying. So this way Markandeya Rishi had his vision. Kararavinde mukharavindam padaravinde viniveshayantam. But that child is very powerful. With his breathing, he took Markandeya in, and inside he showed him so many universes and cosmoses and worlds. And then afterwards, when he saw enough, and there he saw them himself also, then he again came out. So in this way he saw that Maya, that's what boon he has taken. I want to see your Maya. So that was seen. So in this way Atma Krida Namaha, without any material needed for this play, he just plays with himself and with the sentences of our Vedanta. Kruta Krutyaya Namaha, and he is fulfilled, he is Dhanya. Whatever is to be done, whatever is the purpose of life, purpose of this human body, so he has attained that. Kruta Krutya. And therefore now there is nothing specific that he has to do. But because of earlier spiritual practices, habitually he does that. He does worship, he does meditation, he does teach others this Vedanta, guides others. And whatever God instructed work is there, as God prompts him from himself, because he himself don't have any ego and egocentric desires. Therefore God only whatever gives him that those desires, that he keep on doing through his lifetime. Krutakrutyaya Namaha, Karuna Sagaraya Namaha. and he becomes very very compassionate, very kind, very soft hearted, because now he sees, see, people are also kind, but duality is there. Yes, I can do this, and they don't have. Poor people don't have, or any ill people, they don't have. So I will help them. In this way, pity is there, sympathy is there, and here empathy means his self has become all. Therefore, whoever are in trouble, then he feels very concerned and care for them, and whatever possible he goes on doing. Karuna Sagaraya Namaha is an ocean of compassion. To him, this prostration. Further, Shishya Kalyan Karine Namaha. And he has only one thing on his agenda, and that is the highest welfare of his disciple. He thinks that this student should become liberated while living, Jivan Mukta. Therefore, he should get knowledge, self knowledge, and for that, he should have devotion, worship, meditation, so that he will become fit to hold on then that knowledge. So, in this way, he always think of the good of his disciples. Shishya Kalyana Karine Namaha. And that he does. When a disciple surrenders at his feet, then whether he wants or not, he makes him to do spiritual practices. Once a person came to Ramakrishna Paramahans and he said that show me God, I want to see God. Then he said, okay, come. Then he took on Ganga river, and when they went to a waist deep water in Ganga river, then he, with force and power, he hold that person's head under the water for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and 10 seconds he hold, and then he took him out. And that person was so panic. He said, what you are doing? I told you I want to see God, and what you are doing, you are killing me. You are trying to drown me in this one. He said, when you were under this water, what was your desire? So he said, I wanted to breathe. I just got suffocated there. I wanted air only. So only that air, only this one desire was there in your mind that time. No other desire was there, no other thought was there. In the same way, when your mind will entertain only this one desire, I want to see God, nothing else I want. Even I don't want to live also without that. Even if I am dead, it is okay, I want to see God. When that intensity will be there, that strong desire to know, desire to get liberated, that strong love, devotion, then you will be able to see God. And that too more clearly as we see each other and we talk to each other. So this is Shishya Kalyan Karine Namaha. Further it says Vasanta Valloka Hita Karine Namaha. Vasantavat Loka Hita Karine Namaha. Like spring season, this Guru is. Like spring season, it goes everywhere and gives joy to others, because in spring season there are many flowers and air becomes fragrant and pleasant climate is there. So like the spring season, he does welfare of all, and he is very benevolent. Wherever he goes, he just makes the surrounding pleasant, full of love and full of devotion. full of cooperation and forgiveness, and all the good traits, noble values. They reveal as they exist wherever he is there. Vasantavat Lokahita Karinirma. And because of this knowledge, oneness comes among his devotees, the people who has got inspiration from them, and then they do selfless service for the development of all. So in this way he is the center of their inspiration. Vedanta Vedyaya Namaha. In 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita it is said, I am the one, the known, who is to be known from Vedas. I am the object of knowledge of Vedas. By studying Vedanta, what is to be known? That I am. Vedanta Vedya. Neya is Neya or Dheya. So all Vedanta talks about that Paramatma, that Parameshwar, that supreme state or abode. So that which Vedanta is aimed at, that our Guru is. To him this prostration is Samachittaya Namaha. And he has got the equanimity of mind. Equanimity of mind, so many times Bhagavad Gita says, Sukha, Dukha, joy and sorrow, praise and insult, victory and conquering, this one, failure, all the things. This world is made up of pairs of opposites. Samachittaya Namaha. In good time, bad time, his mind is at calm and quiet, at equilibrium. Maybe reactions and all treatment etc. he will give, that will change according to person and to suit their circumstances. Then Samadarshine Namaha. Samadarshine means this vision of oneness. Vision of oneness must be there in our intellect. Detachment must be there in our hand, and this equanimity should be there in mind. Ekata, Samata and Asangata. Samadarshine Namaha. Even though equanimity is there, this transactional plane, ephemeral plane, whatever our behavior will not be the same, one and the same for all. That will be according to Dharma Shastra, Varnashram and all other things. Suppose one person comes and he is the son-in-law. So when son-in-law comes and he has come on horse, and there is one servant with him. So when he comes, then horse is kept under the tree in the courtyard and he is fed there. The servant is told to sit in the outer room and there he is given food. And the son-in-law, he is brought in and he is all the things are done, washed his feet, etc. And then he is fed with honor. But oneness may be there in the intellect. In Gita says that even in case of dog, elephant, cow, or a learned priest, or even an outcast, our behavior will be according to the norms. But oneness about their self, their existence, that will be there in intellect. And what will the effect of that? That will then create no disgust, no enmity, or no hatred. Like Sri Rama fought with Ravan, but there was no hatred as such. Even earlier, before war also, he said, he sent once again last chance, last time. He said that Angad, you go and try to make him understand that we will avoid this war, and you return Sita and you behave properly, don't give trouble to rishis and munis. So Kaju Hamara Tasu Hita Hoi. See that our work is done, and his welfare also is there in that. So he was the one who was wanting welfare of Ravan also. So in this, when oneness is there in our Samadarshini, he was a Samadarshi. Same way Sri Krishna and Kansa also. So Sthita Prajnaya Namaha next. His intellect has stayed fast, and it has become unflickering and steady in that self, that supreme self, which is therein as individual self also. Sthita Prajnaya Namaha. And Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Parthamanogatan. Sthita Prajnas or characteristics are given in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. Yada samharde chayam kurmonganiva sarvashah indriyanindriyarthebhyas tasya prajna pratisthita. He has full mastery over his sense organs, etc. And whenever there are chances of distraction, before that only he withdraws them. And then, having that full mastery over that, he goes on employing those sense organs in the world, selfless service of the world. So in this way, who has become desireless, detached, he is Sthita Prajna, and that is my Guru, and this prostration to him. Jivan Muktaya Namaha. Guru is liberated while living. When this knowledge is there, after that, he stays till the earlier karmas to experience the fruit of which this body is given. So till this body falls, even after this self-knowledge, person stays in that body as a Jivan Mukta, liberated while living. But he is, even though we see him in mortal body, even that time also he is not mortal, he has become that immortal Brahma. So that is the difference between ordinary mortal and Guru. Jivan Mukta Namaha. And this Jivan Mukta is like a cracked pot. Whatever happens here, earlier experience percolates out, just leaks out, and again he is empty only. Then next experience comes, that also goes. Analogy of mirror is also given. Be like a mirror. Accept everything, reject nothing. Reflect everything, keep nothing. So like that clear mirror he becomes. He lives. Jivan Muktaya Namaha. He lives in the present moment, and he always becomes the source of happiness and peace for the people who are devoted to him, for the people who are around him, and who knows his value. Further, Nirankusha Swatantrya Anubhuta. To him, Anubhutaya Namaha. To him, my prostration. Nirankusha Swatantrya Anubhuta. He is the experience of independence, which is without any restrictions. In a total freedom he experiences. Nirankusha. Ankusha means that gourd with which this elephant is kept under control. Nirankusha means without any control, Swatantra independence. So complete freedom he experiences, complete liberation he experiences. Nirankusha Trupti is also the word. And how he has not bodily, body has got limbs, body has got limitations, and we see so many saints and sages, they are tortured by the king at that time of that place. So here when we break in our mind only by thinking, break the this shell of body and get cut off from that, so that bodiless, limbless, formless, attributeless existence that we become, that is all pervading in everybody's heart, that is the self, and therefore that is completely free, completely independent, liberated, without any control, outer control. One lady saint was there. She was having this all full knowledge also and siddhis also, accomplishment, superhuman things. So when her last time came near, that she came to know. So she declared that tomorrow at 12 o'clock I will take samadhi. Now suicide is not allowed by law. So when this news spread around this territory, the police inspector etc. they came there, and they said we will not allow to happen this is type of suicide, they say. Then they also sat there where their satsang hall etc. was there, and exactly 12 o'clock when she was there on her asana only, she chanted, and through Brahmarandra she just left that body, and they all were there. So what they can do? Nirankusha Swatantra Anubhutaya Namaha. It is not necessary that every Sadguru will exhibit these siddhis etc. anytime. But basically, they don't have these walls of conditionings, mind, body, intellect, vital layers etc. And therefore, there is no restrictions from outside that we can keep on this as such. Intelligently also, when we just speak to such masters, their thinking also is so much out of the box and so much different way they think to the cause and to the root of the subject. They will go and think in very different way. Nirankusha Swatantra, no thought conditioning or to thoughts also, this limitation is not there. Further, Punya Vivarjitaya Namaha. Punya Apunya Vivarjita. This salutation is to him who is beyond this merit and demerit, Papa and Punya. So what is righteousness and unrighteousness? Actually he is gone beyond that. Vivarjitaya, he has left that. He is devoid of this merit and demerit. When body is there, with that reference, this merit and demerit happens. Also, this merit and demerit results in joy and sorrow, that will be also experienced by this mind, senses and body. So when that reference is not there, this the merit and demerit also is also not there. Punya Vivarjitaya. This comes from Bhaja Govindam. रथ्याचर्पट विरचित कंथा पुण्या पुण्य विवर्जित पंथा योगी योग नियोजित चित्ता रमते बालोन्मत्तवदेव punya punya vivarjita pantha. So when this person revels in that Brahman state, then for him the instructions of scriptures that speak truth, then don't speak untruth, don't harm others, don't steal, these all, do not eat non-veg, etc. These are instructions. He is not subject to that. Punya punya vivarjitaya namaha. These all instructions, prohibitions and injunctions of our scriptures are for those who say, who know or who has got this notion that I am this body and this world is true. He gives reality to this body and then only these instructions are applicable. So ordinary people are subject to him, not this. Nistarigunya pathi vicharatam ko vidhi ko nishedha. In Bhagavad Gita also 2 times it comes. Hatva pisa iman lokan na hantena nibadyate. Even though he kills all the world, he doesn't kill anything and anybody. And he doesn't get bound with the result of that action. So it all depends upon the understanding with which one does action. When ego is not there, I-ness is not there, then that result is not bound, that result doesn't come to him. Actually then that goes where? Because result will be created, action and reaction, both are there. So that result will go. If that action is good, then that merit, resulting merit will go to the people who support this realized person. And if something wrong is done, then that will go to them who hate such person. That's what is said in Tattva Bodha by Adi Shankaracharya. But that is the least possibility, because he has reached this state by so much intense and deep rooted spiritual practices, which will go with righteous acts only. Punya punya vivarjita jitaya namaha. Actually these all topics are having big scope for discussion. Dharma nisthaya namaha. And she has firm abidance, steadfastness in righteousness, speaking truth, doing one's duty, cleanliness, control over oneself, devotion and charity, etc. Dharma nisthaya namaha. Dharma is universal rules, universal constitution, all the virtues and values and one's own duties, and the essential being, and those things which integrate oneself, family, society or nation. So he is dharmanistha. He never splits, he brings one. We see so many people and devotees, they become as one institute, one organization, one cult. Dharmanistha. And come what may, he never wavers from righteousness. That is one of the nature of good person, saint, etc. and devotee also. Easily they can accept even death than going to other path of dharma, adharma, etc. As Sri Ramchandra ji, just to keep the word given by his father, he left all the comforts of this coronation, etc., and becoming king and palace and remaining our people. And he left for jungle where so much trials and tribulations were there. Dharmanisthaya Namaha. Abhayaya Namaha. His fearlessness complete. To him, this salutation is Abhaya. Absence of fear. Absence of fear, ultimate absence of fear, absolute absence of fear is there, where oneness is there. When everybody is seen as one's own self, then there is nobody else or other to have fear of. Fear may be of death, but only when we consider death as other than me and death is there, then only there can be fear of me. Also, fear, the feeling fear is other than me, then only we can have it. But when oneness is there, then that is not experienced. And here practically he is full of love for all. He is even ready to sacrifice his life also for others. Therefore he will be fearless of what? No possessions, no belongingness or possessiveness or minus in whatever he has. One like this saint was that he was austere and he was doing penance, and he was living in a hermitage outside the town. But people were such that they used to come to him, to be with him, to listen to him, etc., to serve him. And slowly, they started bringing, somebody brought cart for him or bed, then all vessels, then all the things, the cloths, etc. So whatever they wanted to offer, they brought for him and they kept in the hut. Then after, when these things were seen, one thief came. When these people used to come in daytime, then used to go in night. So at the night time, that thief came. And then that thief came and in one big cloth, he collected all the things that he can take with him. And this ascetic was very much awake, and he was seeing all these things. That thief was also knowing that he knows that we are there doing all this, but he remained calm and quiet. He did not resist him, he did not fought with him anything, and he did not even said anything to him. He just collected all the things on that cloth and tied it with a big bundle, then it became. And he also, when that bundle he will take, his hand will be there, so he wanted to take that cot also. So he folded that cot and then took that bundle on his back and requested that ascetic only, please give that cot underneath my arms. So in that armpit he took that cot and then hold that bundle, big bundle, and went away. So Abhaya Namaha. He gave Abhaya to everybody. In the morning when these all devotees came, he saw, where is everything? So some thief came and took it away. He needed that more than me. So he is also fearless and he has bestowed fearless to all. Paramahansa Sannyasine Namaha. Paramahansa is a clear and pure, very purified minded ascetic or renunciate, yati. So Hamsa is swan bird and he is very pure, like white only. So Paramahamsa, and also it does that differentiation of milk and water. So in the same way, this renunciate has done this distinction of what is real, what is unreal, what is self, what is not self, Prakriti Purusha, and what is seer, what is seen. So in this way, he has done this viveka, this distinction, and then he has rejected what is unreal, not self, and seen one inert, and then he has got established in that he has become that self only, which is real, permanent, and one's own self. So Paramahamsa Sannyasini, he has gone beyond all impurity and become purity itself. Paramahamsa Sannyasini Namaha. And sannyasa means abandoned for good, abandoned forever, all the egocentric work, selfishness, etc. Paramahamsa Sannyasini. Now his body is for everybody's use. Gurudev used to say, "Come, loot me, take whatever you can take from me." Even after death also their body, the sannyasi's body is given to these aquatic animals that is just flown in the water. Paramahamsa Sannyasini Namaha. And then further comes Jnanottara Bhagavat Bhakti Rataya Namaha. This salutation to him who is reveling in the devotion of the God which is got after self-knowledge. That is Para-Bhakti. That is not just bhakti as a means, but that is the very purpose after bhakti which is equal to this knowledge. There this knowledge and devotion becomes one. Because we say that Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Swaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. So this Atma Nivedan is the climax of devotion where one offers one's own individuality or ego sense to the Lord, and therefore he just merges with Lord, and then Lord works through him. That time that devotion and knowledge becomes one. So Jnanottara. And also who is a spiritual practitioner of the path of knowledge. So when he inquires with all this fourfold eligibility with him, when he inquires, acquires that knowledge and meditates and then gets established in that, so that time that oneness with the Lord comes. And that time when he really gets to know the greatness of that Lord, then he becomes real devotee, because he can appreciate that greatness. This creation of world, each and everything, if you just go on studying, whole life will be less for studying every minute thing. So much knowledge he has spread everywhere. And at a time, one thing is useful for so many things, like one leaf of a bush, flower plant or a tree, then another leaf. So they have different their medicines in that. And in the same way, they are just taking in oxygen or taking in nitrogen and this doing all photosynthesis for the tree, and then they are very good canopy to see greenness. So everything has so many aspects and dynamisms, dimensions and facets, and the creator of that will be so much knowledge itself. In this way, the person who is the spiritual practitioner from knowledge point of view and devotee, so though they both meet there. Jnanottara Bhagavat Bhakti Rataya Namaha. And he is revealing in that. Therefore he may do worship, sing bhajans, compose devotional songs, dance, and play musical instruments. Or you may paint pictures. Allah Baksh was a Muslim painter who painted only Sri Krishna's pictures. Guloni Maharaj of Pune, he was a drawing teacher and he drew Dattatreya Bhagwan's pictures and painted it. Dhanottamurtaye Namaha. Now famous verse is there that Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti, Puja Moola Guru Padam, Mantra Moola Gurur Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Krupa. So these four names, set of these four names follow. Dhyana Moola Murtaye Namaha. You are the salutation is to you who you are, the idol or form of this root of meditation, then further worship, then this mantra and liberation. So in the form of your grace, liberation we get. Before that, we get that mantra, that formula. And before that, this Bahiranga Puja, Bahiranga Sadhana is there outwardly for our purification of mind, worship and meditation. Meditation of form, Dhyana Moola Murtaya. So when we take Guru as a form and go on looking at it and doing meditation on him, and of course obeying his instructions, doing sadhana, doing spiritual practices as per his instructions, what he has prescribed for us, then slowly we advance in this spiritual path, and then we can worship him in the form of the universe, the world, the people around us. And then the mantra that he has given, it can save us from this death and birth cycle. Then we come to know the meaning of those great sentences of our Shruti, Vedanta, Mantra Moola Vakyaya Namaha. And when we develop this full faith in Guru's words, and we take his word and his instruction as a valid means of knowledge, many says then Tattvamasi, then 100% a fit student who has purified his mind and who has prepared himself earlier, he gets liberation at that time only. Because that instruction, Tattvamasi, is full of grace of Guru, Moksha Moola Krupa Rupaya Namaha. So in this way, Guru's person and Guru's essence and Guru's all attributes are the root for meditation, worship, reflection of this mantra, repetition of mantra and liberation. Further, next Vedanta, Veda Pramanya Shraddha Vate Namaha. This salutation is to him who has full faith in the authority of Veda in all the things. Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Vedo Brahma Jidnyasamananam Pramanam Paramam Shrutihi, Dharma Jidnyasamananam Pramanam Paramam Shrutihi. Veda is the standard, Veda is the authentic way of means of knowledge for those who want merits also, who want all prosperity here and hereafter also, and who wants liberation by way of self-knowledge also. Therefore, Veda is our Praman, that is, as we see, when we want to see color or size, shape, etc., then we use our eyes as the valid means of knowledge. If you want to measure the length, height and width, then we use scale, etc., for or tape, etc., for measuring that. If you want to see what degree temperature is there of the body, then we use thermometer. So in the same way, when this self, when this God, those subjects are such in which our sense organs, etc., do not go. Our sense organs don't see God, don't touch, cannot touch, or even our sense organs cannot hear anything of ourselves. Therefore, these things are beyond Atindriya Vishaye Veda Pramana, like heaven and hell, if they are there or not. So, nobody can know them by sense organs. In all such subjects, this Vedanta is a final means of knowledge, and therefore, complete faith should be there, and this feeling should be there that yes, they are right. Means so I have to behave whichever way they say in these matters. So Veda Pramanya Shraddhavate Namaha. Yoga Yuktaya Namaha. And actually this also, how this knowledge or Vedanta is apaurisheya, and how this is free from all the defects. They are apaurisheya, not created by human being. They are revealed to the sages in the highest state of their meditation. And the sages are also who have just emptied themselves from ego and egocentric desires, etc. By all the selfless service and practicing control over them, they have made their instruments, mind, intellect, etc., pure, subtle, and therefore these mantras are revealed to them, and therefore they are free from any flaws, free from any defects, as compared to the knowledge of a human being. Brahma, Karna, Pata, Vipralipsa. They cannot get deluded, or illusion will not be there. No limit for their sense organs, etc., that will come there. Or no adherence or just emphasis on my opinion is true. Like this, crookedness is not there. They are completely guileless. So in this way, that knowledge is free from any defect. Brahma Pramada Karna Pata Vipralipsa. Therefore, Veda Praman Shraddhavate Namaha. Shraddha Saddhate iti Shraddha. Shraddha is that faith, belief which makes us try to understand the thing that we have believed and is experienced by the sages and seers. Yoga Yuktaya Namaha, and he has ever constant connectivity with that Lord by various means. Yoga is means also. Yoga is connection also. So by Bhakti Yoga, path of devotion, path of knowledge, path of action, or Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Raja Yoga, Yoga Yuktaya Namaha. A realized saint has tried this all, like Ramakrishna Paramahansa or so many other saints also. In Patgaon, one saint used to stay, one realized soul, means he is just considered as incarnation of Datta Guru only, Dattatreya Bhagavan. So he used to stay there, and so many people used to come to him for either guidance also, or just to remove any evil spirits effect on them. One yogi came to him, and this yogi was trying this Patanjali yoga also, and he was desirous of having elevation, but that was not happening. So he came to him and he asked him to stay here and practice samadhi, etc. So he was just in campus of the ashram only, under one tree. He sat, and then he was practicing samadhi. And one day he was passing through that, and just he took one pin or something, thorn, and just prick him at the crown of our head, the Brahmarandra. He just pricked it, and slowly that yogi was elevated. Slowly it went up and just became firm there, settled there. And after much time, then he slowly came back and was found on the ground. So in this way, yoga yukta maha. These all yogas, but this is okay. And devotion, mainly path of devotion, and those who are eligible for them, path of knowledge, and of course for all, path of karma. This main yogas Guru follows and also advises and guides the devotees and feeds students as per their own background and tendencies. Adhikar taisa karu upadesha. So some people he will say to do service, to print books, to translate books, to edit books, compile books. So as per one's aptitude is there, attitude is there, accordingly he will tell the yoga wishes to be followed for his practice. Vishuddhatmane namaha. He is very pure. Vishesha Vishuddhi. So he has prepared his mind in such a way that never selfishness, never any falsehood, never any injurious thought will come to him. Vishuddhatmane maha. Why? Because his mind is completely established in oneness. Ashuddhi is then when two-ness comes. When a thing is in itself, only that thing is there. Suppose clean cloth is there, that is Shuddha. And when some color is applied there, that color or oil, then that becomes Ashuddha. Clean water is there, and in that something is falling, some mud is there or something, then it becomes Ashuddha. So Shuddha is Advaita, one alone, without second. So in that he has settled his mind. On its own now mind revolves in that only, remains there only. Therefore he is Vishuddhatmane namaha. And that Vishuddhi gets translated into all actions and surrounding and body and everything about him. Vijitatmane namaha. He has conquered his mind. He has won over his mind. Win the mind, win the world, it is said. When mind is conquered, all the everything gets conquered. Now teachers etc., when they say that students don't listen to them, parents also says children don't obey them. So if they make their own mind obey them, their own mind respect them and listen to them, then perhaps this also, outer things also will change. Vijitatmane Namaha. Jita and Vijita. So this is complete conquer of mind. KNOW, no mind. NO, no mind. No mind, no mind. When they know that this mind is not actually, Vidhi aham manaha, naiva manasam. When they inquire about this mind, then they came that, oh, mind is not any solid thing. It is not any, even an organ of this body also. So it is just a thought. And when it is just a thought, then we can assert this thought, we can guide and handle this thought as we want. And we need not submit and become very meek to that thought. Because thought arises in us, it is seen and illuminated and known by us, and it merges in us. So it is we ourselves who give existence to that thought. So definitely we can channelize it. Vijitatmane Namaha. Jitendriyaya Namaha. And the same way he has conquered all his limbs also. Where to see, what to eat, what to listen, how to work, what to give, what to take, where to go, how to sit. All organs of action, organs of perception. Carefully thinking and remaining alert, he has conquered over indriyas, organs. Sarvabhutatmane Namaha. And now, after this knowledge, he has become Sarvatmya Bhav. He has become the self of all. Actually, that is the fact. That is there when even in ignorance state also that is there, but that was not known. And now that is translated in actions also, speech also. So when Sarvabhutatmane Namaha, when he has become the self of all, then so much loving and soft speaking with them, and he always speaks in sweet words so as to cool them down. He understands their dilemma because of all these worldly worries and sorrows and afflictions. They are always an object of pity, and therefore he, as far as possible, gives them sukoon by words and deeds. Of course, those who are ready, he directs them to spiritual practices and give knowledge. Sarvabhutatmane Namaha. He desires welfare of all. Nirliptaya Namaha. But still he remains detached from all. He never gets affected. Sant Guruji Maharaj says, if you want to come, welcome. If you want to go, it's okay. Yeta tari sukheya, jata tari sukheja. I don't just compel anybody to come and go or stay. Konavari na bozaya zopadi tamaja. In this my hut where I stay, you may come and go. Nirliptaya Namaha. Even if something is given to him or not, however he is treated, Nirliptaya Namaha. Sometimes he stays in scarcity. Sometimes he stays in her humble hut, and sometimes in palatial house. But even the scarcity or there, this ampleness of all, nothing affects him. He remains detached from all. Nirliptaya Namaha. Once one saint came to stay with a king, and then all the enjoyments objects were there. He used to enjoy that along with king. He used to eat in a golden platter, and all very soft seat for sitting and bed, etc., all the clothes. So king started feeling that he is also enjoying all the objects. What is difference between him and me? So he asked him, so whatever I do, this enjoy the objects, you also do. Then what is difference in between you and me? So he said, yes, what you say is true. I will tell you what is difference. Then in the evening they used to walk, have a evening walk. So they went, and today this he said, let us go further, let us go further. So they walked and walked and walked and went to the distance from his capital. And that from that point he said, now let us go further only. Why to go back? He said, no, no, I have to go back. My capital is there, my palace is there, my army is there, my treasure is there, my all subjects are there. So he said, okay, you go then, I don't go, I go further only. And from there only, there onwards he went and said, this is the difference. I can just renounce it in a moment without any dragging, etc., without any pushing the mind. Then he went ahead, and king came back and fully understood what is the difference between him and that saint. Sarvabhutayatmane niliptaya namaha, jnanagni dagdha karmane namaha. And in the fire of knowledge, his all actions are burnt out to ashes. It comes in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Jnanagni dagdha karmane namaha. यथेधांसि समिद्धोग्निर्भस्मसात् कुरुते अर्जुन ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा. One more time also it comes. So karma, for this reference, karma is of 3 types. Whatever actions we do, some actions give result immediately, some actions after some time, and some actions after long time, and even some actions after this death of this body. In the next birth, in the next body, we have to experience the fruits of these actions. So when certain number of actions fruit is ready to give, and that fruit is to be experienced in one type of body, suppose human body, so those actions are called prarabdha. So those their fructified actions ready to give their results, and that is to be experienced in the human body in this world. But some other actions are there who have still not fructified, so they have not yet ready to give their fruits, and perhaps their fruit will be experienced in different bodies. Some may be in buffalo's bodies, some may be in all comes in the territory of 5 elements, and you are not that, you are different than that. So you are not doer, you are not enjoyer. So this karma doesn't bind you, and when this knowledge is very firm rooted, then that all other actions earlier sanchit and kriyaman, that also get burned. But now this, because of prarabdha, this body is made, and now this prarabdha is being experienced, so that goes on. That is like when we shoot a arrow or a bullet, when after we shoot that, then we cannot change its direction. So in the same way, this prarabdha remains for body, mind, intellect, etc., these conditionings. But the person, the self, which has become completely separate from that, therefore he himself doesn't go through that. But to the third person, it is said that, oh, this is so good, great devotee, great realized person, and still they have this knowledge, disease Or see, the people are torturing him, they have to go through this affliction. That is from the third person point of view. But he himself has become completely free from that. For him, all the actions along with their results, they are burnt in this knowledge that I am Nishkriya, Nishkarma Brahma. I can't work because I don't have space to work. The space is in me. I am not in the space. I am bodiless, therefore I don't have limbs, etc. to move and work. I am the pure Chaitanya, that Paramatma, which is bodiless, attributeless, nameless, etc. So in this way, Jnanagni Dagdha Karmane Namaha. Anapekshaya Namaha. Now, he who doesn't expect anything in return, Anapekshaya Namaha. Without any expectation, he goes on doing good. It is said he is a Surut, good-hearted person is he, Pratyupakara Anapeksha Upakara Karta. So without expecting anything in return, without any expectation, he tries to do good of us. He is great friend of all. Anapekshaya Namaha. And it is said that अपेक्षा में दुख की सुरक्षा है. When we expect something, there we reserve a space for sorrow. When we take an appointment with the future, there are chances of getting disappointed from the result. So therefore he is anapeksha. In Bhakta's Lakshan, devotees' characteristics in Srimad Bhagavad Gita 12th chapter, this word occurs, anapeksha. Shuchir Daksho. Further it is given only Daksha. Daksha, very particular, very alert and very dexterous in action, very skilled one. Whatever small thing is there, spirituality or God realization is not doing something special, but it is special vision of doing each and everything. It is an extraordinary vision. It is not doing any extraordinary thing. One person came and asked to a realized person, it is a Jain story, that when you were not realized, what you used to do? See, he said that I used to get up, then take bath, fetch water, then get wood, etc., collect wood and cook and eat and sleep. And now what you do? So same thing, I get up, take bath, bring water, fetch wood, etc., then prepare food and eat. So the same thing you do. So it is said yes, but when I do cook, I cook. That time I don't think other things. When I take bath, I take bath. When I eat. Means I keep my mind and intellect there where my hands are. So total integration of the personality is there. And what are small things also there, that also they will do as if it is a worship of God. Because they see that God is the self of all. God is all pervading. Our Param Poojya Gurudev is also very famous in aesthetic sense. Whatever he will do, very neatly, nicely. And even just going and coming, just putting his elbow on the door of the car. So nice and photogenic. A postman has brought envelope to him and now he has to open that. But he will take a scissor and very nicely edge of that envelope he will cut, so that same envelope he can use next time also for something else, putting something else, and that will look very nice. Dakshaya Namaha. And of course, he is very alert. Daksha. Dakshinamurtaye, Murtaye Namaha, Daksha. Shemushi, that is a type of intellect, very advanced type of intellect. So he is ever aware about his self and his role in the world, and ever aware about the other things also around him. So from transactional point of view also he is great. Dhiraya Namaha, and he is the one who gives courage to others, and he himself is having forbearance and courage also. So lot of patience are there with him. And when one wants to be a teacher, when one guides, and especially the subject of spirituality, so many negativities are there in the minds of disciples and students of Vedanta. And with lot of patience, he has to cleanse it slowly, slowly, with all the methods. Sometimes shock treatment, sometimes scolding. गुर्राता है वह गुरु, ऐसे कहते हैं. Forgetfulness is there. Faith sometimes lacks. Sometimes different doubts, and this one comes. And of course, incapability of concentration and having no control in a tendency to indulge in the things. It is very difficult to leave earlier notions. Even the disciples also try, and when he sees the sincerity of the disciple, he gives them courage, and also afterwards to serve. So many big projects, unimaginable projects, they happen because he gives courage to overcome the difficulties that will come in between and ultimately reach that goal. Mahatapase Namaha. And he is the great austere who does penance. Our Param Poojya Guruji and so many others also. So Bhagavan Raman Maharshi, it is said that when he went to Tiruvannamalai, Arunachalam, there he sat on the way of circumambulation and he tried to do their meditation. But afterwards, these children and some of the elders also, they just teased him and troubled him in many ways, threw stones at him. So he went to the Talghar, that basement, which was not in use in any way. And there were so many scorpions and snakes and all insects, they were poisonous. So he went there because definitely when snakes and scorpions etc. are there and biting insects are there, nobody will come. So he went there and he just sat there and got himself in absorption, and never ever his body conscious came. And afterwards, when he got firmly this sakshatkar, this realization happened, then he came out, and that time what he saw, his all flesh of the thighs was eaten and bitten by those insects and scorpions, and all blood and all thing was there, was and all things. So great tapas on the layer of this body also. Then tapas is concentration of sense organs, concentration of mind, conserving that energy, and then channelizing it to the object of meditation, object of study. So in that way also thinking is a great tapas. Inquiry, self-inquiry, study of scriptures. This is great tapas. So our Guru is such, and therefore to him our prostrations. Ahetuka daya sindhave. And now he is causeless compassion, ocean of causeless compassion. So this prostration is to the ocean of causeless compassion. Ahetuka daya sindhave. So much patience he has, so much compassion he has, very softly again and again. Na mantranam jamata asti. Neither this Shruti also gets tired of telling us the same truth for our welfare without any expectation again and again. Neither these teachers. They show in their own behavior also, they demonstrate all the great values and qualities which are needed for this knowledge in their own life without any expectation of return. Ahetuka daya sindhave. And it is not that we are very ideal student because of which they should just have this compassion and teach us. Ahetuka. No cause is there. Like Lord itself. Ahetuka. He is also giving us air to breathe, water to drink, this earth to stay, this heat to be live. Further, Nitya Shuddha Sattvasthaya Namaha. Ever abided in purity, ever abided in pure mind. When mind is pure, means without any thought modifications like desire, anger, hatred, jealousy, greed, etc. And the mind which is concentrated in that pure self. Nitya Shuddha Sattvasthaya Namaha. So that mind never fickles. That mind like a flame of the lamp which is protected by a glass so that wind does not cause it become unsteady. So like that mind is there. Nitya Shuddha Sattvasthaya Namaha. And all his habits and all his work has also rooted in Sattva. In Bhagavad Gita 14th, 17th, 18th chapter, this is given. What is this knowledge? What is joy of this type? So our Guru is such, and to that this prostration. Nitya Shuddha Sattvaya Namaha. He is ever pure. Even if outwardly he is seen to get angry, so that this my mind has got anger, etc. But that is just outer show on the level of conditionings. One saint used to get angry. The other seeker who used to go to him, so he said that you are so much realized and knowledgeable person, how you are getting angry? So he asked him, do I invite you? He said no. Then but very much compassionate for the sorrow of others. Ajata Shatru, Shanta Karunika, Titikshavaha, Sadhavo Sadhubhushanama. So in this way, he is sadhu. Parakaryam sadhnoti iti sadhu. He always helps others to accomplish their own work. Sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Let all become healthy. Let all get whatever they desire. Joje vanchila tote ho. So in this way, complete goodness is there in that person, that is sadhu. Also, who has purified his mind from all these negativities. Then further, Parama Vinitaya Namaha. He is very much humble, and humility is there, his second nature. So even small children are there. There also he sees that perhaps they will grow to be a great person, and he is always humble to those children also, and addresses them with respect. With other saints and sages equally, he is at their feet, and as he sees the Lord in all, he behaves everybody with humility. Parama Vinitaya Namaha. As they say that when there are ripe fruits on the tree, it just bends. In the same way, Vidya Dadati Vinayam. When one has real knowledge, then he becomes humble. Vidya Vinayana Shobhate. This humility is an ornamentation of knowledge. Arrogance is an expression of ignorance. Parama Vinitaya Namaha. To him, our prostration. Meru Parvata Upamaya Namaha. To him, this prostration is to him who is like the Meru mountain. Meru mountain is very famous in our scriptures, like having golden peaks. So like in the evening sky or in the sky when sun rises, so that time these peaks, snow-clad peaks of Himalayas, they look as if they are golden. But this is really completely and highest golden mountain that comes in our scriptures. So Meru Pad, and that is the like navel central point of this universe. Meru Parvato Upamaya Namaha. And this Guru is also shining like gold with all his virtues, all his knowledge. Knowledge is shining like Hiranya Suvarna. Therefore, Meru Parvata Upamaya Namaha. Second thing, he is very still and steady, like that mountain bears all the rain, etc., storm, etc., but it doesn't move, it doesn't deter. So, same way, personality of Guru also is such that whatever condition comes, he remains still and steady, rooted in his own knowledge, unaffected by all the storms at the level of mind, etc. Our Param Poojya Gurudev, one day he came to know that some of his disciples, along with their own disciples, so many people are leaving mission. And that time Gurudev's health was also deteriorating, but still he remained patient and still, like this mountain. Meru Parvata Upamaya Namaha. Then next is Samudra Upamaya Namaha. Samudra, this ocean, is also very deep, and in that deep ocean there is as much variety of beings on the earth. More than that is there underneath the sea. Also, in deep it is waveless, still, without any movement, but outside on the surface this high and low tide comes and goes. And mudra is money, mudra is coins also, and mudra is gestures, our body language. So in that there are many facets of this samudra as per the moon in the sky. So same way, this Guru is also having so many facets of his personality, so many things he can do. We see that many arts and skills are concentrated in that personality of our Guru. Like our own Param Poojya Guruji. He is well versed in scriptures, he is a good teacher, he is so much versatile in Sanskrit, and he plays this musical instrument also, and he composes also, he gives them this one also, tunes also, and all languages also he is mastery over, and all the organizational skills and soft speaking and loving all and all, and his company and his form is also so much dazzling like fire. Very true to his name, Tejomaya. So Samudra Pama, many facets. Further, as there are pearls in Samudra, ocean that we can have if we dive deep in it. and control our breath, etc. In the same way, to this Guru, if we are devoted, if you serve, if you obey them and do their service by spreading this knowledge, then we can also have the pearl of knowledge by being in their deep company intellectually. Further, Brahma Yoga Yuktatmane Namaha. Salutation to that who is joined with that, connected with that Brahman, that Paramatma, that Supreme Self. Because of this knowledge, practice of it, teaching of it, and contemplation on it, Guru has reached that state where he has become that Brahman, that Chaitanya, and to him our salutations. Brahma Yoga Yuktatmane Namaha. Brahma is that substratum on which, like bubbles on the water, this all cosmos is as if appear, stay, and merge back. And he is one that holds all this duality without getting affected, without getting stuck to them. And Guru has become that Brahman, that statue. And also he knows the means, the spiritual practices, the path. To that path also he is ever connected. Brahma Yoga Yuktatmane Namaha. This Brahma Yoga word comes in Bhagavad Gita. Mahatmane. Adi Shankaracharya says Akshudra Buddhi Mahatma. One who don't have a narrow understanding, intellect, but he is all accommodative. He is large-hearted to think, all-inclusive, holistic vision of life is there. So Mahatmane Namaha, universalization of the vision. So space-wise, time-wise, we can expand our vision. And when it is spiritual, then it is all-inclusive. Also it is subtle, particularization of vision. So Mahatmane Namaha, great soul he is, and to him our prostration is. Next, Saduttamaya Namaha, Sat Uttamaya Namaha. Sat has many meanings. So Sat is cause also. Sat is manifested, expressed, and Sat is good, like Sadachar, Sajjan, Sadgrantha, Sadvichar, Sadkarma. So good action. So Sat is goodness, good, which is desired by all. Then, and among them it is Uttam. And also Sat is pure existence, the isness. And among them he is Uttama. Uttama is also superlative degree. Positive, comparative, and superlative. Ut, Uttara, and Uttama. So Saduttamaya Namaha, he is the best among good people. Simply, to him it is prostration. And this goodness is not like ignorant person's goodness is depends on the level of his knowledge. Many people think that just all enjoyment, that means good. But here, since he is realized person, a wise person, then his goodness has come from his knowledge. Saduttamaya Namaha. Bhumne Namaha. Again, Bhuma Vai Sukham. Yadvai Bhuma Tat Sukham. So infinity, Bhuma, infinity, all pervading truth. So So He is all pervading, infinite. He has gone each and everything around us, and the whole universe is in Him, like dream is in us, and we have pervaded each and everything in our dream world, our dream sky, dream space, dream time, dream persons or animals, their feelings, the dream happenings, everything we pervade, and the dream is in us. Same way this Bhuma, and He knows that disciple is also that, and therefore that love and respect comes for Him. Bhumne Namaha. Next, Advayananda Rasaswarupine Namaha. The salutation to Him who is non-dual Advaya, non-dual happiness and essence of that. One whose nature is non-dual happiness essence. To that this prostration, this salutation. Advayam is non-dual. In the whole day, we work in duality. Names and forms are different, and everything, their functions, their value, their places are different, and we work in that. But after working in duality, we get tired, and then we go towards oneness, Advaya Sthiti. And in that oneness only we get real rest, real happiness. Even if we are hungry, then till that food is other than us, different than us, two, I am and food are different. We don't, this hunger is not satiated. When that food we take inside us, then hunger is satiated. In the same way, when there is oneness in family, oneness in an institution, organization, in society, or in nation, or in the whole globe, in humanity, that oneness is desired. That is the base for harmony, synchronization, and concord of all. Even though everybody's names and this one, everybody will change, outer things will change. But if inner oneness is known, then there is no cutthroat competition, no conflict, wars, etc. Peace, love, sacrifice, readiness to sacrifice, service, tolerance, forgiveness, all the things will be there. So Advaya is the fact also, it is the reality, it is the truth, and it is desired also. Advayananda Rasa Swarupini. Then only joy, happiness are there. That is the nature of our teacher. To him our prostration. Further, Nirasta Maya Visheshaya Namaha. This prostration to him who has just set aside his duality, Maya. Nirasta means as sun gets to set, sunset. So Suryasta. So in the same way, who has ended his ignorance. This appearance of the world is because of this Maya, which is the deluding power of the and creating many things, creativity, creating power of the Lord, which is inherent to it. Brahmashraya Maya Asti. Now this Maya is also a big topic. This Maya in individual stays as his mind. Because his mind only tells us this is good, this is not, I want this, I don't want this, this is dear, this is hateful. So likes and dislikes, etc. This mind only does, that is the form of this Maya. But Maya is a creating power, and that only has three aspects: covering or veiling power, then agitations, and then discrimination. Sattva Rajatama, accordingly, knowledge, activity, and inertia. So that same Maya, taking the form of Vidya, knowledge, take us to that Supreme Self, and that same Maya, when we are extrovert and craving for the objects of indulgence, that time deludes us. In Vivek Chudamani, etc., many nice verses about this are there. Maya. What is this, Bhagavan? God's Maya. So Guru has just experienced and known the real essence of this Maya, the form, and therefore he doesn't fall prey to it. And by devotion, he just remains at the feet of the Lord, and therefore this deluding power can't act upon him. Nirastama. In Bhagavad Gita also Bhagavan says, Mameva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Those who come and take shelter in me, surrender to me, they can cross over this Maya. And Guru has done that, therefore Nirasta Maya Visheshaya Namaha. Next is very famous name, Satchidanandaya Namaha. This salutation is to that Guru who is of the nature of pure existence, objectless knowledge, and infinite bliss. Satchidanandaya Namaha. So by that way, he is our self, and he is the self of all. So to whomever we come in contact with, that essence is my teacher, and therefore we should, with that divinity, with that respect, we behave with all. Satchidanandaya Namaha. Without form and name, pure existence and isness, that is my teacher. Then that Brahman, that Paramatma, is the pure knowledge because of which I come to know the knowledge and ignorance of the worldly things. I am aware that I know, and I am aware that I don't know. So that pure awareness. And the dearness, peace and happiness, that is the inherent nature of each and everything. Next is Nirvasana Bodha Rupaya Namaha. No vasanas, no is minute tendencies or inclinations. Those are there because of earlier lives, so many actions that we do with doership, and with this individuality, Jivatva. So this, because of knowledge, Bodha Rupaya Namaha, because of knowledge, these all vasanas have gone. And to that Guru my prostrations are. Now how to do these vasanas away? So many methods are there. First is self-knowledge is the basic. Mule kuthara ghataha. So along with roots it is uprooted. If not, then sublimation of earlier tendencies. Because of these vasanas we come to have many desires about the objects of the world. So when those desires come, if we remain alert and cautious, then we can examine those desires, and if they are of the nature of indulgence in sense objects, then we can sublimate them. We can just take them to higher level by giving those things, if they are good, to others, etc. Like if something good I should eat, tasty I should eat, that strong vasana is there, then we can prepare that and distribute. Sublimation. Then we can channelize these vasanas towards spiritual practices, towards devotion towards God. Then we can replace them. Slowly we can replace one by one vasanas, and then we can slowly free us from their slavery, their pressure. And of course, self enquiry, right thinking. And in all this, we need God's grace and Guru's guidance, because we are too weak to fight with them, and therefore we should pray to them that we need your help. Please help me to come out of this and eliminate. Practice of meditation also helps in removing these deep rooted vasanas. Kashaya is one hurdle in meditation. When we overcome that also, then we become nirvasan. Then this karana sharir or causal body is clean, and then person gets rooted in that knowledge, self knowledge. Nirvasana bodha rupaya namaha. Ishvara Guru Atma Aikya Rupine namaha. This salutation is to him who is of the nature of oneness of God, Guru and Self, I. So Ishvara, Guru and Atma, both three are one. One who knows this, one who is of the nature of this knowledge of oneness, to him this salutation I offer. Now Ishvara is that cause of the world, the creator of the world, and he has taken form of this teacher, because he cannot be everywhere in form, that form. Therefore he has taken form of this teacher and has come to me to guide me on the way of these spiritual practices, and is in essence my pure self is also the same. So in this way Jiva Jagat and Ishwar or Jiva Jagat Jagadeshwar. Ishwaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine. So Ishvara, Guru and Atma are one. So who is of this knowledge? To him this prostration. Further, Aprameya Mahimne Namaha. His Mahima, his glory, his importance is such, his fame and his aura is such that Aprameya Mahimne Namaha, that we cannot know it from any means of knowledge. Meya means to measure, prameya, the thing to be measured or thing to be known, and aprameya, that we cannot be known, it cannot be known. Generally we know by our direct perception, our sense organs, or by inference, or by cause and effect relationship, or like simile, analogy, etc., metaphor, or by words, either heard words, read words. We listen news, world news, and we come to know what is happening at other end of the world. Or somebody tells us their experience, then we come to know about that incidents. In this way, word is also an means of knowledge. But Guru is such a great and beyond everything, that personality, that entity, so whose glory we cannot know by anything. Sadhu houn sadhula. So when we be that, when we also become devotee, when also become good seeker, then we slowly come to know his greatness. Remaining in this state of ignorance, we cannot appreciate Guru's greatness. So, Aprameya Mahimne Namaha, Shreshthaya Namaha. Shrestha is also great. Shrestha, Varishtha, Jeshtha, Garishtha. And who has a heavy personality, who has very effective and emphatic qualities, and who is knowledge-wise on the highest pedestal. She is the completely different realm of experience, the supreme consciousness that he has realized. So therefore he is Shrestha. And Shreyas he has got. So Shreyas and Prayas, two paths are there, which are pleasure and path of good. Path of good is maybe little difficult in the beginning, or maybe not sorted by many people. Very rarely people try this. So he has gone through this path and reached the ultimate destination, Shrestha Maha. And therefore Guru is to be given utmost reverence and respect, a seat, higher seat, not in outside, outward, but in our heart. His bidding is to be done without any other inquiry. Absolute obedience should be there to his instructions. And he is treated as that Param Brahma. Siddha Purushaya Namaha. Next. Siddha Purushaya Namaha. He has accomplished that. Siddha actually, Siddha is self-knowledge. Then for that, purity of mind, and generally that superhuman powers, special accomplishment. So he is that Siddha Purush. And really so much this is wonder that a person who may be completely atheist or doubting Thomas, and he becomes so much full of faith and completely humble, and this great wonder, this Siddha Purush, this Guru, make it happen. We read and listen in the lives of great saints, etc. That so many people decide, oh, I will go, and then ask him these questions. Then I will test him, I will examine him, and they themselves just fall flat at his feet. And they themselves become his great admirers, and then support him, and spread his knowledge. So in this way, complete transformation Guru brings in the personality of disciples and students and devotees. So he is Siddha Purushaya Namaha. Vacha Siddhi. Vak Siddhi, a simple word, or just a look, or a touch, or only mental thought that yes, let knowledge be done to you. Like Shankaracharya gave knowledge to his disciples. Shaktipat Diksha. Siddha Purushaya Namaha. And this Siddhi is also nowadays that much purity, that much concentration from dharana, dhyana. This is not there, therefore they say that practically to get a thing done, to lead or to allow others to lead, and to have a resource person, these all types are the siddhis, practical meaning. Anima, Mahima, Garima, Laghima, Prapti, Prakamya, Ishitva, Vashitva. Vachaspataye Namaha. Here Vachaspataye Namaha. He is the master of speech. Follow, speak truth, and then slowly what one speaks, that becomes truth, that happens. So therefore, complete mastery over speech. Vachaspataye Namaha. Guru's words, further earlier only we saw Guru's words are like great sentences to us. That is Vedanta. Further, Varadaya Namaha. He is the bestower of boon. He is giving of those things which fulfill our desires. Whether we want knowledge or fame or power or wealth or liberation or an opportunity to serve, any expertise in any other field, art, etc. Varadaya Namaha. When Guru thinks, then that happens for student. Venabai is a lady's disciple of Samartha Ramdas Swami. She used to work and do other practices also. One day he told her to do kirtan, and she did 2.5 hours kirtan. So when a guru thinks, in Naneshwari also, Naneshwar Maharaj urges his guru, his elder brother Niruttanath, to tell him to tell this Gita, because those words inspire him to elaborate Gita in so nice way that over hundreds of years still Naneshwari is very much studied by all over the world. Varadaya Namaha. Then Sarvajnaya Namaha. He knows all. He is omniscient. He is all knower. Sarvajna. Sarvajna Sarvavit. Knowing all in particular and knowing all in general. If he wishes, he can know everything. Some saints are there, they can know what Ashnayasam Vidnyatam Syat. Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadhyam Karshnayasam Ityeva Satyam. If one knows one steel nail cutter, then all the things made up of steel in this world are known, because cause is known, only form and name will be changed. The main element remains the same. In the same way, this whole universe has come forth from that supreme truth. And if that is known, actually that is being also, he becomes that. So then everything is known. Therefore Sarvajnaya Namaha. Surudaya Namaha. Surut, good-hearted, friend of all, who helps without any expectation of return. Thus, the Lord is real Surut, because in this world, some or other, said or unsaid, expectation will be there, and mainly limitations are there for help. A person, even though he wants to help, will not be able to help because of limitations of time and space and body, etc. But the Lord is real Surut. Surudam sarva bhutanam nyatva tam shanti vrichyati. Bhagavad Gita says. So that Surut, that Lord, has manifested in the form of my Guru, to him this prostration. Jnana Gamyaya Namaha. And he is knowable by knowledge. He is known by knowledge. So one can know him through this study of self knowledge, that is Upanishads, Vedanta. Jnana Gamyaya Namaha. He is Bodhamaya, he is of the form of knowledge only, and he is known by knowledge. So this is the essence of personality of Guru, and that is what he expects us to know. Not only physical service, but to be in this knowledge of the self. Next is Satkirtaye Namaha. Sat means good, Kirti. So he is of the nature of auspicious fame, a good popularity. Satkirtaye Namaha. So his fame is everywhere and he is of the nature of that good faith. It is called Sushloka. Bhagavan also is Punya Shloka. And Guru is devotee of that. So as sandal tree is at one place, but the wind takes the fragrance of that sandal tree everywhere. Same way Lord is there, but unknown to the common people. So Guru is one who tells everybody how this Lord is. So he spreads the glory of this Lord, glory of all virtues of Lord and his sports of Lord, his form and his essence. That is what Guru does. And therefore he is Satkirtaye Namaha. Amanine Namaha. Guru is this very humble and he don't desire any respect or honor, etc. Amanine Namaha. But at the same time, because what he knows this in Bhajagovindam also it is said, Maya Mayam idamidam makhilam sarvam Brahma padam tvam pravesha viditva. Whatever things that we may be proud of, wealth or health or our success or whatever we have, the things that because of which one is proud. So those all things are like a dream objects. They keep on changing. At any moment they may be destroyed. So they are all perishable. Therefore what to be proud of? And also proud of whom? Proud of in front of whom? There is nobody else. So everything belongs to that, our existence also belongs to that own Paramatma. And that Prabhu is in everybody, everything. Therefore, don't have any sense of pride, etc. But he is Manadaya Namaha. One salutation to him who gives respect to others, who always honors others. Manadaya Namaha. Even an ignorant disciple comes, but in that also he sees that Chaitanya. He sees that after this, it is already there, but after this spiritual practices, he may realize that. So that he already sees. Like a sculptor sees a God's form in a stone. It is just a slab of stone, but in that he sees that. Potentially that is there. So this unmanifest spark of that truth, Guru says, therefore he gives honor to each and everybody. Manadaya Namaha. Sarva Manyaya Namaha. And therefore he becomes honorable. All the people just worship him and prostrate him and garland him and offer him all the things and make him sit on high, this one, stage, etc. Sarva Manyaya Namaha. And they follow his instructions, they take his guidance, they do whatever he says. Sarva Manyaya Namaha. Even great rulers, etc., kings, they take advice of this Guru. Sarvamanyaya Namaha, Lokamanyaya Namaha. Further, Surendra Vandita Padaya Namaha. This is also very nice from Manisha Panchakam. Yat kinchit Yah kaschit Surendra Vandita Padam Nunam Manisha Mama. Surendra means Indra, the king of gods, the chief of all gods. And this realized soul, the great person, the wise person is such that even the king of all gods, he also comes and prostrates at his feet. And he also touches his crown to the feet of the Guru. In this way, Surendra Vandita Padaya Namaha. Now, we are simple human being, and this God is much evolved body than us. Therefore, we should actually prostrate them. But this self knowledge is such a thing that when one has realized that, then he becomes worshipful for that King of Gods also. So that self knowledge is definitely higher than even all the power and wealth of King of Gods. Therefore, Surendra Vandita Padaya Namaha. This is the glory of self knowledge, Atma Vidya or Brahma Jnana. Satya Medhase Namaha. And his Medha is full of this ultimate truth. That truth which is same and holds true in all the periods of time, that never changes. So that complete reality is in this intellect. He has realized that with his buddhi gamyam drishyate tvagreya buddhya sukshmaya sukshma darshivihi. Medha means grantha dharana shakti. Medha is ability to know and hold the essence of all the teachings in the book, spiritual books, scriptures, and also to recall, recollect, remember them whenever needed. And Medha is a fine intellect of comprehension, analysis, distinction also. So this reality has become the subject of his intellect, subtle intellect. Therefore he is Satya Medha, and to him our prostration. Therefore Satya Medhase Namaha. Yogi Shaya Namaha. Now he is the Isha of Yogi, he is the master of Yogi, and he is the propeller of the spiritual seekers to follow different yogas, different path and means to reach that state of beatitude. Yogi Shaya Namaha. Yogeshwar and Yogeshwar. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is called both. So here also Yogi Shaya Namaha. To that Guru my prostration. And last is Sri Bhagavadatmane Namaha. Bhagavat Atmane Namaha. Who has become God. Who is God like God man, and who is God himself. To that my Guru, to that Guru Tattwa, which is same in all the Gurus of all the cults and sampradayas and traditions and lineages of Guru. To him our prostrations. In this way, we thought over, reflected little bit about this. Now this Bhagavadatmane, last one. Bhaga is the all types of wealth in this world. Aishwaryasya samagrasya dharmasya yashasa shriyah mokshasyatha vairagyasyatha mokshasya shannam bhagayati rana. So complete abode of that wealth, then righteousness, knowledge, dispassion, liberation, all good values and all beauty, all power, all understanding among others, that all is abode is that Bhaga, and Bhagavan is the one who is the abode of all these virtues. So therefore Bhagavan is that Almighty, that omniscient, omnipresent and powerful, omnipotent Lord. Bhagavadatmane Namaha. And our Guru is in essence become that God. Therefore to him we prostrate. In this way, Shri Guru Ashtottara Shatanamavali, Param Poojya Guruji, Swami Tejomayananda ji has composed, and to him we reflected a little that we offer at his feet. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.